defense, number 2, Vyacheslav Fedosov. At number 7, Alexei Kasatonov. Playing forward for the Soviet All-Stars, number 9, Vladimir Krutov. At number 11, Igor Larionov. At number 28, Viktor Tumenev. Coaching the Soviet All-Stars, Viktor Tikhonov. And now here is the starting lineup for our Minnesota Nord Starz. Starting in goal, number 1, Marcus М.Матссон. At defense, number 2, Kurt Giles. And number 4, Craig Hartsburg. At center, number 7, Neil Broughton. At wing, number 11, Tom McCarthy. At number 20, Dino Ciccarelli. The coach of the North Stars is Glenn Sonmore, and the balance of the North Star team.
Timenev, the third member of that top Soviet line, their defense pair, Kasatonov and Fedosov, the captain, number 2. For the North Stars, Neil Broughton brings his line out. And we are underway at the Met Center in Game 5 of the series. A fast break inside the line. Broughton could not control the puck against Fedosov. Dino Ciccarelli trying to jam it in there, digs it free, popped it out, nobody there, and here comes Krutov, starting a play for the Soviet Union. Timenev sweeps inside the line, got taken down by Kurt Giles, number 2, falling along the board. Ahead for Ciccarelli. Feeding it for Broughton, too far for him. Soviets bounce it back out to center ice where they fight for it and freeze it against the boards. And now, an early penalty call coming up from referee Bob Myers. The penalty.
Well, the unit of Ferguson and Young that just went off there is more dangerous offensively when they're killing penalties. These two, McAdam and Eves, will play with the puck more. Both units, however, as we look at Victor.
Tretiak has extended his scoreless string by almost 4 minutes now to this first period. No score in the game. North Stars again doing an impressive job of backing the Soviets up on the USSR power play. Krutov away from McAdam on the right side. Feeds it back to Fedosov to his left. Now Timonev breaking out of there to Krutov inside the line. They get a lot of ice time, these three. Fedosov contains the puck there. Passing it down to the left side for Krutov. Away over to Kazatonov. He booms the slap shot. Rebound. Larionov shot blocked by the defense and cleared out over the blue line. Another penalty call, though, by the referee, Bob Myers. Sort of called for icing.
Well, as we look at Fedosov, probably is fine. They use him even to kill penalties up front. Very good offensively.
For the first time tonight, we'll see the Minnesota power play. The penalty was for holding against Sergei Kapustin of the Soviet Union. As we approach the 7-minute mark of the first period, we are scoreless here at the Met Center. Brought in on the right side. Down the boards, the pass for Brian Bellows. In behind, here is Young on the point, trapping it in there. Lets the shot go. Vidyaletdinov blocking it and bringing it back for the Soviet Union. Hartsburg having difficulty, gives the puck up briefly, then the pass came out for Bellows. Back in the slot, they cannot get a good shot away. Smith got turned around. The Soviets roll it to the blue line, but Young keeps it in. Young closing in, across to face the goal mouth. Shot by Tretiak. Rebound comes out, picked up by Shalimov. Close call for Tretiak right there from point-blank range. Soviets bring it back down. Shot rolling wide from Viktor Zlutkov. 35 seconds to go, and the Soviet penalty as Tim Young heads up a play. Long pass at the line. Over on the right boards, Broughton cruising in front of the goal. They can't get the puck to him. Cicerelli now has it to Broughton. Feeding it back here for Tom McCarthy. McCarthy swings in behind. Tried his pass out, being blocked there by Bykov. Minnesota player going down. Here's Fleck getting it over and keeping it in. Broughton in front for the rebound. Couldn't get his stick on it, nor could McCarthy. Roberts now will close in and let his shot go. That's blocked by players in front of the net. Penalty is over. Play still inside the Soviet zone. The shot deflected off target. Flett for Cicerelli too far. Now it is Zlutkov in the center ice area. Feeding it back in for Zubkov. Soviet player falling as he hit the line. That was Sfortsov. But Minnesota certainly very dangerous on that last power play with a couple of real outstanding scoring opportunities. Now Broughton digs it ahead. As the Stars indicate, they'll change on the go. We approach the midway mark of period one. No score. Minnesota and the Soviet national team. Vasiliev to Starikov. Back off Roberts' stick for Vasiliev and down to the Minnesota corner. Maxwell leaving it for Roberts. Now around to Brad Maxwell again. Good forechecking by the Soviets. Cops it up. Vasiliev shot wide. The dangerous Vasiliev cruising in. Blasted one wide into the crowd.
Goes all the way down into your own defensive zone.
Where the snow is piled up outside, but melting gradually under fairly balmy temperatures today in the high 30s, low 40s in this area. More to come. Inside, it's certainly warm and comfortable here as the Stars battle the Soviets. Puck in the Soviet corner. Bringing it out now is Larionov, that dangerous center man to Timonev. Krutov on the left cruising in. Here's Kazatonov leaving it. Fedosov winding for the shot. He shot wide. Soviets shooting more frequently, but quite often inaccurately from those point positions. Fedosov being bumped in there now by Ferguson in the corner and tied up. Ferguson fed it around the left side. Now the pass back to him at center ice. Shoots it inside the Soviet zone. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first period. They will tie it up there. It pops free. Getting to it first was Timonev. Timonev leaving it for Kazatonov. Now Fedosov. Ahead for Krutov. Couldn't get his stick on it. Ferguson taking his time will play it back as the Soviets do so often. This time the Stars wait to form their play. Have it inside the line. A Hartsburg shot blocked. Rebound. Steve Payne couldn't get a shot off the rebound. Goes down in the corner in a pile. They'll whistle it down with 9:04 to play in the period. NHL Soviet Series will conclude at the Philadelphia Spectrum on Thursday night. We'll be there for what should be an exciting windup. Teams even and wins at 2 apiece right now. Here is Kapustin behind his own goal, being bothered by Bellows to Pervukin. Pass comes out to the Minnesota zone. Rolling down, М.Матссон gets there first. He'll play it off the boards for Payne and back down inside the Soviet blue line. 3 penalties in the game. No goals so far. 2 to the North Stars, 1 to the Soviet Union. Bilyaletdinov drops the pass for Kapustin. Skates around Roberts, then Roberts gets a piece of him, ties him up in the corner. Soviet player can't find the puck. Payne coming in to help out. Soviets maintain possession in there. The slap shot and the deflection just goes wide. Bilyaletdinov ripped one from the right point. Here's the backhand now, and М.Матссон hangs on there.
The Soviets with a good shot, a deflection just wide from the point after the puck got freed loose in the corner. Payne being taken out, no one picking up his wing. Puck coming back to the blue line, a shot, the deflection just missed the net.
From the faceoff, Soviets get a chance again, but it is shot wide by number 18, Vazikov. Broughton in the corner can't find it. Now it is picked up but not cleared by Young to the blue line, bumping for it there. Well, that is number 11, Tom McCarthy, and he forces the puck out to center ice. North Stars coming in. Dino Cicerelli shoots, scores!
Well, that's the highest scoring line for Minnesota, and you see why right there. All 3 work very effectively. McCarthy, the heavy on the line, always takes the body. He frees the puck up for Broughton. Broughton with an exceptional move at the blue line. Has both defensemen frozen up near the line. Slides it through. Watch this. He'll come across. Pull a Soviet move right there. Frees both defensemen up at the blue line. Dino with the bullet. Cicerelli's shot catching the inside of Tretiak's pad and giving the North Stars a lead.
So they finally break the streak of Tretiak, 12-18 into this period. Broughton and McCarthy getting the assists on the goal by Dino Cicerelli, the North Stars' top goal scorer this year. 12-18's the time. Minnesota with the lead and the puck right now, which is shot to Starikov outside the Minnesota blue line. Zubkov starting a play. Bykov inside the blue line, shooting. М.Матссон short side, good save, stop that. Craig Hartsburg around the board, pushing it ahead, past Zubkov into center ice. Kozhevenikov at his first shift tonight on the ice for the Soviets. He's always dangerous. Lead pass for him rolls through to Priest, and Priest plays it off the boards on the far side for Mike Eaves. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Minnesota on Cicerelli's goal with a 1-0 lead. Worth noting that the 2 games the NHL teams have won, they have scored the first goal.
That's right, Don. The Soviets played differently coming from behind.
Priest ahead for Eaves. Had to leave it there, couldn't find the puck in behind him. Smith or McCannon forechecking in front of Fedosov. Timonev setting up Larionov. Look out! Great stop by М.Матссон.
What a save by Marcus М.Матсson, left all alone.
The save of the night. The NHL Soviet Series 83. Well tied by Marcus М.Матсson off Larionov, point blank alone in on him to hold this 1-0 North Star advantage. Mandic starts up slowly, feeding Young. Center ice. Young trying to cut in, forced off into the board. Still stays on top of the puck, battling for it. Comes to Fedosov. He goes down in the pile. Soviets with the dangerous Larionov again. Overskated by Timonev at the blue line. North Stars applying pressure. The backhand shot goes wide. Douglas gets it around to the far side. Giles digging it out. Krutov on his opposite wing. Over on the far boards, Larionov makes a good move. Can't get the shot away. Puck still loose in there. Myers will call a penalty for holding. Sergei Shepelev on the draw against Eves. Eves shooting the puck over on the boards, held in by the Soviets. Vidyaletinov keeping it in. Hartsburg got a stick on it. Back in Soviet control. Vidyaletinov shot deflected high off the glass. Rebound came off the mesh. Soviet players swarming all around that net. But М.Матссон has been very tough in this first period. Shepelev forced back by number 25, McAdam, the veteran. They bump in there. Giles comes in to help, pushing the Soviet player Kapustinov. Play goes right on. Puck comes loose. Back to Vidyaletinov. Keeping it alive for the Soviet Union. Shepelev knocked down in front of the goal. Another Minnesota penalty coming up, and down goes М.Матссон. But the Soviet player was hammered down in front of the goal, and Myers has tagged the North Stars with their 4th penalty of the period.
And this is a time you don't want to take a penalty against Hartsburg. Very upset in front of the net. He comes across and cross-checks the Soviets setting up in front of the net. That penalty called. It was a delayed penalty that's going to put out next.
Krutov against Eves. Eves wins it for Giles, being hounded there by Larionov. Roberts digs it out and shoots it down the ice. Fedosov, a Soviet captain. Long pass for Krutov inside the line. Beautiful stick check, a sweep check from behind by a falling Gordy Roberts. Soviets with a 2-man advantage. Kazatanov, Fedosov, Kazatanov shooting. Blasted wide. The defenseman Fedosov down the board. Now takes it back to the point and over to Kazatanov. Now Fedosov. Fedosov. Maxwell got turned around. They play catch out there. Kazatanov booming one, deflected up into the crowd. 5 rows high. 28 seconds left in the first Minnesota penalty.
There's a tired Marcus М.Матсson getting tested in her shoot.
Isn't bad. It's their #1 productive unit. Krutov takes the faceoff, trying to get the puck across to Larionov. Can't do it, but Fedosov has it over to Kazatanov. They've switched spots now on this point. Here's Kazatanov. Being watched by Maxwell. Puts it off the goalpost. Rebound. They missed it just across the crease. Great scoring chance there for the Soviet Union. Timonev shot through a maze of players, hops off the board. Soviets keep the pressure on. Kazatanov playing 5 against 3 in there. A shot caught by М.Матссон, who's worked very hard, and the whistle sounded just as the first penalized player, Young, came back on the ice.
The North Stars bring 2 people out up high, allowing 3 Soviets back near the net with 1 defenseman because they weren't using those men. That shot slipped through. The Soviet forward let it go, hit the pipe, and the other fellow right in the doorstep missed it. But the Soviets, instead of moving that puck down low, which they finally did and almost scored, kept it back and forth up high. 2 goals, Gretzky second on the goal scoring.
Zubkov. Vasiliev in center ice. Blocked at the Minnesota blue line. Soviets being cut off at that line more frequently now by the Minnesota defenders. Maxwell to the corner, around for Roberts. Takes a funny bounce, and Smith comes up with it. Right wing relay. Bellows booms one. Tretiak blocks that. Big rebound comes out to Vasiliev of the Soviet Union. Now this is Bykov. Kozhevenikov. Vasiliev shot, and he drills it wide. A minute to play in the first period. Minnesota with a 1-goal lead. Steve Payne getting it back at the blue line with Bellows, drops it to him. Lets the pass go through. Smith couldn't get his stick on it. Starikov comes up with it for the Soviet Union ahead to Vasiliev. Bellows right back inside that blue line off Starikov's leg. 35 seconds to play in the first period now. Giles getting it out over the line. Eves moving in for it. Across to McAdam. In they go. Rolling loose puck after a fine save by Tretiak. Delayed penalty indicated now by referee Myers.
Well, a hooking penalty on the Soviets will give the North Stars a power play advantage. McAdam with an outstanding chance. Here's a play. Actually, that's Ronnie Freese breaking in, a fine play for McAdam. McAdam switched over to the right side in that line. Freese breaking in with a good slap shot. Ronnie Freese, his first year in the National Hockey League, checking out who's going to be killing the penalties, taking a little time. And you see he's breaking for the loose puck, but being held right there and brought down with 19 seconds to go in the period. The North Stars go into power play.
This is the second Soviet penalty of the game.
Out the penalty.
Myers has penalized the wrong man. No matter. Soviets short a man. Cut now as the Stars have 12 seconds left here in the period. Roberts moves it. Oh, great chance right there to the side of the goal. And Broughton just failed to put it in. Soviets take the pressure off now. Down into the Minnesota zone as the siren ends the first period, with Minnesota still having 1:41 of second period power. 4 minutes and 10 seconds of scoreless hockey to begin this period. Babinoff is in the penalty box with 1:37 left in the Minnesota North Stars power play. Kazatanov shooting it down behind an outstanding Minnesota goaltender, М.Матссон. Neil Broughton, who came very close to making it 2-0 in the waning seconds of period one, drives it down now to the Soviet zone. Vyacheslav Fetisov, the Soviet captain, across to Kazatanov. McCarthy got there first, held in by the Stars. Back to Roberts now, left point. Roberts, weak shot. Picked up easily by the Soviets, and back they come on the right side. Krutov will swing around from left to right wing as they crisscross. Has an offside call of the Minnesota blue line.
And very quickly, he says it's all big men up front with little rabbits in behind, and the big men have to clear the way for the little men to run.
I'll tell you what, the big men and the rabbits were hitting last night. And
to America.
Larionov on the draw for the Soviets. Krutov into the corner, taken down by Brian Bellows. No penalty call, got his stick jammed in there as the Stars bring it out now. 33 seconds on the power play remaining. Bobby Smith swings inside the line past Kazatanov, but again it is shot promptly back out. Marcus М.Матссон way out of his goal. Still inside as the Stars do not have a good power play going now. Soviets drive it down the ice. 11 seconds remaining in the Soviet penalty. Chance for the Soviets, one-on-one. Shalimov could not get a shot. Hartsburg guarding him. Soviet players back on. The team's at full strength now. Payne brought it out. Fed Smith at the blue line. Smith rolling it around in behind the goal. Then Bellows makes a check. Hard drive by Payne. Might have caught the Soviet goalpost and bounced in behind. Vidyaletdinov. Payne falling in the corner. Soviets coming up with it now. On the right side, Shalimov leaves it to the blue line for Shepelev. Shalimov overskated the pass back. Now Payne, rink wide. That's broken up by Sergei Kapustin. Oh, and almost a chance there on the long pass for Shalimov. They'll call it back over two lines. This concluding game on Thursday night. But we've got a long way to go here this evening at the Met Center. Stars, Priest in the corner, losing it there. Soviets very adept at getting it out smartly from their own zone tonight, and do once again off Matsson's stick into the corner. Side that Minnesota goal as they bump forward. Giles now getting some help, falling on the play. Soviets trying to work it up the boards. It is held in there briefly. Then the Stars have it out at center ice. McAdam couldn't control it. They played 3 minutes here in this third period. Teams even in shots on goal. 8-8 right now. Chance for the Soviets, swinging in. Pass in front was blocked. Vasiliev digs it back. Shot by Zlutkov. That is stopped. Here is Starikov deflected off the post. Penalty being called here. It'll go against Minnesota. Delayed call. Cross-checking, so the Stars will face the Soviet power play once again.
You'll see Kozhenikov in front of the net right there, and now you're going to see Maxwell come across and give him a cross-check. He goes down. Penalty to Max could be very dangerous there if Minnesota's on the power play.
Soviets with 4 power play goals now in 25 opportunities in this series. That's not a high batting average. 3.5 minutes into the second period. 1-0 for the Minnesota Nord Stars. Krutov. Fetisov. Stars break it up there with number 21 Ferguson with it, trying to kill this Minnesota penalty. Larionov inside the blue line, being forced over by Young, across to Kazatonov. His shot blocked by the defense in front. Mandic had it bounce off him off to the board. Soviets keeping it in. Wide angle shot. Good catch by Matson. Good quick reflexes with the glove hand of М.Матссон.
That was a good catch because that one was labeled for the upper corner. A fine shot. The Soviets using the pick out front. Allowed that defenseman to move in, and he took a real good shot. There's Krutov, number 9. What a dangerous man this fella is. He's always one of their leading scorers. Very quick, very deceptive.
Top scorer so far, 5 points in the 4 games and change to this point. And there is М.Матссон very quickly picking that out of thin air. 1:12 remaining in the Minnesota penalty. Soviet power play goes to work very patiently, very deliberately, but a mistake made there with the captain Fetisov. And it's shot by Eves back to the Soviet blue line. Fetisov dropping it back. Krutov swings in with it. Right in front. Couldn't get the shot away. Waited a bit too long to get a perfect opportunity, and it's cleared by the North Stars. Here's a chance for Eves. Eves taken down. Rolling puck. Rebound. McAdams shot. Blocked in front. And Kazatonov comes up with it. Almost 2-0 with Minnesota shorthanded. Kazatonov taken down. Minnesota clearing it with 25 seconds left in Maxwell's penalty. But a close call as the Soviets got careless in their own zone. Long lead pass for Kapustin. He is bumped on the boards, and Young backhands it down the ice. 10 seconds remaining in the penalty. Over on the right board. Shalimov left it there for Kapustin. The penalty is over. 5 times tonight, Minnesota has escaped without getting burned with the Soviet power play. Tim Young chasing it down to the corner. Lost his balance against Vidyaletdinov. Pervukin around for Kapustin. He can't clear it out of there. Right in front. Oh, Young couldn't get enough on it. Just shot wide. And tipped back to center ice. The Stars with a couple of great scoring chances the last minute or so. Shalimov leads it at center ice. Now takes it across the blue line for Shepelev. Shepelev gets turned around by Hartsburg and ridden off the play. Tim Young coming up with it. Young is everywhere in this shift. For Shepelev, Shalimov, and there in time is number 11, Tom McCarthy. Stars getting tired. They'll head for the bench and change on the go, as some of the Soviets do now. Icing is called against Minnesota.
You'll see the replay right here as they're trying to kill the penalty off, and then the shot in front. Tim Young was just coming by, almost deflected it right after the power play was over. Tim Young just missed.
Nanny with you. 1-0 North Stars. Cicerelli's goal. 12-18 the first period, the only scoring so far. 5 penalties have been killed off by Minnesota. McCarthy now at center ice, one-on-one. Bumped hard as he tried to get around the Soviet defender and went flying. Now Barnikov has trouble clearing. Stars keeping it in. Around the left side, it is tipped ahead by Skvortsov. Skvortsov inside the line, couldn't get his stick on it. Now Vozakov shoots it, and the Soviets have tied it up. From the left face-off circle past Marcus М.Матссон, who's played his heart out tonight. They finally beat him.
Well, a little deflection right in front of the net. The shot from way out, but the deflection was what beat М.Матсson. He just was allowed that puck to go through his legs. He's playing the shot. You'll see Marcus standing up right here, and then the deflection in front. And Marcus goes down to get it, goes right through his legs. The Soviets tie it up 1-1. Right in front of the net, the Soviets setting up. I think it was Schwarzkopf setting up, getting a piece of it, and deflecting it by.
Goal coming at the 4:35 mark. Ties it up. Soviets won and Minnesota won. Soviets bring it right back to the blue line again. Bobby Smith now trying to find someone to feed in center ice. Gets it ahead first defenseman Hartsburg. Leaves it there for Payne. Payne shot. Gloved by Tretiak. Couldn't hang on to it. Back it comes all the way to center ice. Sportskov did get the goal for the Soviet Union to tie this game. Payne ahead for Smith. Babanov and Zlutkov got the assists at 6:35 on that Soviet tying goal. Play whistle down on the mesh beside М.Матссон, and they will have a face-off in the Minnesota zone.
Last year he was named Minnesota's most improved player. This year he's playing even better.
.11 minutes and 40 seconds of second period playing time remain, and look out, a chance for the Soviets right here on М.Матссон. He made the save. The Soviet player, Shepelev, stole the puck right there and almost made it 2-1. Penalty being called against Kapustin. He took down Hartsburg from behind, and the Minnesota Nord Starz will get their power play to go to work in just a moment. The NHL... Sergei Kapustin caught for hooking Hartsburg at the 8:39 mark. And so the faceoff coming outside the zone. Here it is. Down he went. Caught him from behind. Minnesota will have the power play on the ice.
This line would like to work the puck down close with Broughton and Cicerelli around the net, Plett screening in front.
Penalties all going Minnesota's way in the first period. They settled down tremendously in that regard now. I'm sure Glenn Sonmore had a lot to say about taking unnecessary penalties in between periods when he talked to them.
I'm sure
Roberts
he did.
chops it out to center ice for Broughton. Broughton on the relay by Plett, former Calgary Flame. Drives it in behind. Stars pressing now to get the play going in the Soviet zone. Broughton right out in front for Plett. Couldn't get the shot away. Now Roberts controls the bouncing puck momentarily and lost out at center. Roberts across to Plett. Trying to feed Broughton with it. We'll drag it down the boards now. Shepelev clears for the Soviets. A minute 15 remaining in the Kapustin penalty. Roberts swings away from Shalimov and sends Bobby Smith to center ice. With Plett and Payne. In they go. Soviet defender falling in the corner. Bringing it around in behind the goal. Waiting to make that play back to the point they do to Roberts, getting pressure now. Soviet player Shalimov watching very carefully, getting as close as he can. They dig it across to the far side. The slap shot, loose puck in front, bouncing around. Tretiak, it goes in. It's 2-1 Minnesota. Wait a minute, no goal. They waved that the play had been whistled down. The red light went on, but the linesman and the referee Myers say it is no goal.
Well, Tretiak made the save. He couldn't find the puck. Let's see if he can handle it. Here's a shot from the point. A good hard shot from McCarthy. Tretiak making a save. The puck is lost in Tretiak somewhere. You saw it drop there and Plett knocking it in, but the whistle had sounded. Bob Myers blowing the whistle when he lost sight of the puck, which is the correct thing to do. And so there's no goal. The game is still tied 1-1. You see McCarthy shot. You see Plett screening in front. That's what he does so well. Tretiak losing the puck. It drops, falls in the net, but the whistle had sounded.
Still a 1-all hockey game. Close call there for the Soviets. 42 seconds left in their penalty to Kapustin. Stars backing up to form up the power play, and away they come now at the blue line. But that is broken up by Timyanev. Soviets forechecking well. Young drops it to a Soviet defender. 20 seconds left down the penalty. Swartzov skating into the corner. Hartsburg checking him. Hartsburg coming up with the puck as Swartzov lost his stick. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Payne. Young. And broken up by Babinov, but failed to clear. Now it's over the blue line. A Soviet player, Kapustin, back on the ice. The teams are at full strength. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second period. Still a 1-1 tie. Chance for the Soviets. Down goes the Soviet player. There'll be a penalty against Minnesota. Hartsburg for holding at 10:54. Took the Soviet player down, going right in, put a fine tackle on him.
Well, Zlutkov breaking in all alone. Hartsburg definitely pulling him down. The Soviets on the power play again.
Roberts on the faceoff, being watched by Timyanev. Gets it up the left boards. Eves digs it ahead to the Soviet zone. Fedosov quickly back on top of the play. Taken down. Here's a chance for Eves. Shot it wide. Shorthand of the Stars are with Hartsburg in the penalty box, his second penalty of the night. Timyanev, the top Soviet line, is on the ice now. Larionov with it. Krutov right in front of the goal. Back it comes to Kazatanov. Booms the slap shot wide. Roberts goes in behind for it. Lost his stick. Soviet player taken down in front, and it's shot down the ice finally by the Minnesota Nord Starz. Al McAdam. 1:10 left in Minnesota's penalty. Larionov drops it back. Timonev, Kazatanov, Fedosov, Kazatanov. Fakes the shot, makes the pass, the backhand drive just wide from Larionov. Soviets pressing to take the lead. It's tied 1-1. Timonov gets it again, top of the circle, passing it back. Kazatanov fakes the slap shot, drops to Fedosov. Almost checked out over the blue line there. Krutov had his drive blocked. Roberts battling for it in the corner. Digs it out, but still inside that blue line. 27 seconds of the penalty remaining. The long shot again goes wide. Many Soviet attempts off the mark on this power play. Teams even in shots at 13-13. Here's Krutov cruising in front. Krutov waiting, scores! Krutov took his time and made it pay off. The Soviets have taken a lead of 2-1.
Well, Krutov with plenty of time coming out of the corner where Roberts was taken down by a Soviet offensive man right in the corner. You'll see Krutov walking out all alone, walking to the front. He's got everybody going down in front, holds it long enough. Eves in the net trying to block it, but he puts it up and over everyone. Here he is, a fine play going over to his forehand, and this is why it's good when you're playing your off wing. You come across your forehand, you look at him putting it up and over. Well, that's Gordy Roberts back in the net, who bounced back, tried to save it, but a little too late.
So the Soviets have the lead for the first time tonight at 2-1. Krutov's goal at the 12:40 mark of the second period. Broughton for the North Stars, ahead at center ice. For Cicerelli, he's bumped hard, taken down to the blue line. Dykov, long lead pass coming out to the Minnesota blue line. Vasiliev couldn't make a play. Now McCarthy with it, with Cicerelli and Broughton inside the line. McCarthy falls, puck slides free. Giles shot it wide, rebound past Broughton. Now trying to hold it in is Mandich. And the Soviets get it back to center ice. Timonev and Fedosov got the assists on Krutov's goal at 12:40. Soviets right back in. Falling on the play, the Soviet player actually was taken down by the defender right in front of the goal. That's Kozhevenikov. Hard body check thrown by the Soviet Zubkov. He leveled Broughton there at the blue line. Kozhevenikov inside the line. Kozhevenikov waits to make his play. Stick handles right in, and he's taken down. No penalty on the play. Defending was Mandich. McCarthy takes it inside the line for Cicerelli, and down to the corner for McCarthy. Trying to pass in front for Bobby Smith. Can't get it to him. 6 minutes to play in period number 2. Soviets leading 2-1. Vladimir Zubkov. They work the left side of the center ice area. Brought across the blue line. Shalimov failed to hold it there. Shot down the ice by Minnesota. Vidyaletdinov comes back to pick it off, but did not go far enough to be called for icing. Soviets with the only 2 goals of this period. Body check by Hartsburg in the corner. Digs it free for a moment for Brian Bellows. Now Roberts runs into Shalimov in behind. Payne rolls it up the boards, kept in by Vidyaletdinov and blocked by М.Матссон, up and among the spectators. 5:12 to play in the period.
Leave right there. But here's Cicerelli taking the check. Did he ever get hit? Broughton got hit with a harder one by Zubkov coming across the middle. Both forward. Here's another save we'll see. М.Матссон standing up, standing his ground. A good move by the Soviet, but he's pulling right down by Giles. М.Матссон making a leg save. McCarthy back to hold out, and he'll get the puck up and out of danger. He controls the puck a lot. They never took as many shots as they take now. Now they shoot from a lot farther out and from worse angles than they had before.
Shot 35 against Edmonton, 37 against Quebec and Montreal, and 29 against Calgary. And many more have gone wide. They don't count. Here is Friest holding it in at the blue line, driving it down for Eves. Eves is taken down. There'll be a Soviet penalty. Great chance. Friest scores. It's 2-2.
What a play by Plett and Friest. Friest went in the corner. Friest made the play initially at his blue line. He faked the shot, got it in the corner to Eves, who gets pulled down behind the net right here, but he deflects the puck back. Plett alertly comes behind, centers it quickly to Friest, moving in from the point, and he beats Tretiak to tie this game up. Ron Friest, one of the more physical players on the North Stars, noted more for his body checking and scoring, but a complete hockey player. He's come a long way in 4 years, really worked hard at his game. Fine youngster.
So Ron Friest gets the second Minnesota goal to tie this game. Back into the Soviet zone again. It is icing called against the Minnesota Nord Stars.
Well, one thing we haven't seen too many of, Don, were icings tonight. An icing at this stage you don't like to take. You've just scored a goal. Don't give the Soviets a chance to win a draw, get a good shot on net. You don't want to allow the Soviets any opportunity to score right after you've scored. You'll see Plett centering that puck to Friest. Friest yelling, moving in from the point, and beating Tretiak, tying this game up.
Plett and Eves get the assists on Friest's goal at 15:24. Soviets pressing now, however. Here's Fedosov having the puck taken away from him. Douglas for the North Stars, down the left board. Leaving it for Ferguson. Ferguson shooting, that is blocked. Minnesota gaining momentum now with that equalizing goal late in this period. 4 minutes to play in the second period. It's 2-2. Ferguson gets it across the eyes. Mandich up the board. Not out. Timonev blasts a shot. He scores. The Soviets regain the lead.
Well, that's what happened when you don't get the puck out and you've got a lot of opportunities. Soviets very alertly picking that puck up as it was trying to get thrown out of the zone. Timonev moving to the center, getting a real fine slap shot right up past Matson in the upper corner.
One more look at it. Boom, gone. 3-2 Soviets. Goal coming at 16:07 of the second period, scored by Timonev. So quickly the Soviets are back on top, and out they come to center ice. Bykov, stick checked at the blue line, lost possession there. G. Robberts over to Maxwell with Broughton inside the Soviet line. They go. 3.5 minutes in the penalty, or the period remaining. Kazatonov got the assist from Timonev at 16:07. Here's Cicerelli. It was blocked for the Soviet defender. And out down the right side comes Kozhevenikov. Kozhevenikov swings in front and shot wide. Vasilyev can't keep it in. Long pass for Broughton. Broughton digs it back into the slot. The shot, oh, just wide by Tom McCarthy. Back and forth they go. You get the feeling this could be a very high-scoring game. Vasilyev makes the play right in front, and Kozhevenikov got taken down. They score from a bad angle with the open net. It is 4-2 for the Soviets.
Well, the Soviets come down. They had a 2-on-1 play. They didn't score initially. Matson got caught out of the net. Roberts trying to get up alertly to get the puck, but he was down flat. You'll see the passing play right here. Matson coming across, making the save. Now he's knocked out of the net. Roberts trying to get to it, doesn't get to it. No one in the net. The Soviets take a 4-2 lead.
Starikov shot from an extremely bad angle and nonetheless popped it in. Kozhevenikov with a big opportunity there, and then way over almost on the line, he found the range. It is now 4-2 for the Soviets. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the second period. Bilyaletdinov gets it in behind his own goal. Pervukin getting it ahead to Shalimov. Kapustin rolls it down the right board. Hartsburg. Kozhevenikov and Vasilyev got assists on that fourth Soviet goal at 17-11. So they have struck twice quickly here to regain the lead. Shepelev's shot is blocked to the corner. Shalamov can't get a stick on it. Now Bobby Smith with Payne gives the puck to Payne. Hits the Soviet blue line, drops it in there. Long relay for Smith. They can't get it to him. Soviets trying to widen their lead further with Shepelev and Shalamov. Hartsburg being checked by Shalamov. Payne being watched by Shalamov, who seems to be everywhere. Now Hartsburg brings it inside the Soviet blue line. Hartsburg is sent off to the right side for Payne out in front. Could not get a shot away. Back come the Soviets. 2-on-2. Drop pass. Here's the shot. That's from the stick of Zlutkov and wide. A minute 15 to go in the period now. They send in McAdam quickly. Dropping it back for Roberts. Oh, just wide. Maxwell fakes the shot. Gets around Varlikov, and the relay just going wide by Ron Priest. Stars pressing for a third goal now. Down by 2. 1 minute to play in the second period. Roberts fails to hold it in. Soviets break 2-on-1. Varlikov coming in. Passing back in the slot. The shot as he was falling by number 26. Sportsov just rolled wide. Yuri Vozakov. Ahead for Varnikov. With Timonev. Shooting it into the Minnesota zone. Mike Eaves behind his own goal for the North Stars. Leaves it there for Roberts. Roberts having trouble getting it out. Finally, it hops off free stick into the center ice area. 20 seconds to play in the second period. Left there for Krutov. Krutov scores. He sailed right in. It's 5-2 for the Soviet Union.
Well, Krutov moving in over the blue line. 2 people having a crack at him. He finally was able to slip that puck through. It looks right here like he's lost that puck momentarily. He's got it on his backhand, and as he's being checked, he just gets a backhand in the net. 9 seconds ago to put the Soviets up 5-2.
Krutov's second goal, though, and he just sailed right through the 2 defense players. Giles and Roberts split them and popped it in behind Mat-City. He has 4 goals in the series now. He's the leading Soviet scorer in this NHL Soviet confrontation. Just 2 seconds left now in behind the Soviet goal, and that will be all. The Soviets have broken out after Minnesota took that lead of 1-0. It's been mostly the Soviet Union ever since then, as they have scored all their goals, 5 of them here in the second period in lead. The Minnesota Nord.
Tretiak getting a little consultation from Fedosov and Larionov.
He has given up 2 goals, and the only 2 on this tour, and the first 2, of course, since the '81 Canada Cup final. The Soviets have outshot the North Stars 20-15. Glenn Sonmore. It's rolling. They're mighty hard to stop, as both the Montreal Canadiens and Quebec Nordiques found out last week. Third period action is underway. North Stars Broughton gets a chance inside the line. Fedosov rides him off smartly. Still there, though, for McCarthy into the corner. Cicerelli is dumped.
When he saw McCarthy with the puck, he moved towards the corner. Kazatonov just took him down. He got a tripping penalty as he was moving towards the puck. They've done early this period, and especially the last 5 minutes of that second period, they've had a little problem getting the puck out. Got to make sure it gets out of that zone. Soviets capitalizing a couple times on it.
Bykov on the draw. Stars smartly bring it out. McAdam feeds it across. Priest now is bumped hard in the corner. Zubkov battling with him. They dig it out of there, but Kozhevenikov steers it past Giles out to center ice, and Giles returns it back to the Soviet zone. Vasilyev over to Zubkov. Inside the line they go. Vasilyev cruising in front. The shot blocked by Beaupré, and he hangs on. A little pushing and shoving at the end of that exchange.
Well, Kozhevenikov going in on the net, and whistle had blown. North Stars getting a little upset.
CTV's Wide World of Sports this Saturday.
Well, you see Bykov getting a fine check by Kurt Giles, one of the better body checkers in the league. And here you'll see Donnie Beaupré stopping, making the save, and freezing that puck while he's down to make sure he doesn't give up any rebounds.
Bykov in the Hockey League even. The final game on Thursday at the Philadelphia Spectrum. We'll have it for you right here. Maxwell playing it ahead. In over the line for Young. Young got tied up by Varnikov, couldn't get the shot away. Sfortsov streaking down the right boards, being watched by Roberts. Down he goes. Roberts will get the call. A penalty against Minnesota.
By Gordy Roberts right here, he'll get a hooking penalty. And Gordy really shouldn't have taken the penalty at this time because Jordy Douglas had back checked and actually Sfortsov wouldn't have had to play with the puck. But he got him off balance. Got Gordy moving off balance. Gordy getting that stick.
At 4:34 of this, the third period. Cleared out by Minnesota. Puck sliding down for Fetisov, the Soviet captain. Working there against Mike Eaves, over to Kazatanov. Now Krutov, one of the top candidates for the Labatt Player of the Game Award for the Soviet Union. He's got a couple tonight in this 5-2 Soviet lead, brings it in across the line. All the way back for Fetisov, back into the slot in front, both way down, loose puck. Krutov couldn't get the rebound, but Kazatanov keeps it in for Fetisov. Fetisov booms one, rebound, that shot wide of the corner. Fetisov down in behind the net now, plays it off the back of the goal. Now Mandich throwing punches at Fetisov in the corner. The Soviet player is not retaliated by punching, is simply hanging on to him as the linesmen move in to separate them.
Mandich getting frustrated. There's no need for that at all. You know the Soviets aren't going to fight and you're killing the penalty. He took the man out behind. They were both going to go off for penalties before that. He should have just let it lay in
the Coliseum. You can't afford this kind of stuff. Cross-checks him right there. Soviet player gives him a stick, pushes him again, and away they go.
Well, Mandich getting hit with the stick should realize the other fella had a penalty. You're killing the penalty at that time.
In there.
Well, you see a good chance by Fetisov. Speaking of Fetisov, a fine shot right there. He takes a pass across Beaupre, sprawling to make the save. And Larry Young
wide. Fetisov talking with the interpreter, Aggie Kuklowitz now, having the penalty explained to him and the situation. He is off for the Soviet Union with 2 minor penalties, as is number 32, Dan Mandich, for the
interpreter. What happened in that situation?
The interpreter said you got, and trying to stay out of the penalty box to do so. Krutov, Giles around to Hartsburg. Past the 5-minute mark here in this third and final period. Soviets on top by 3 goals. Eaves chasing it down into the corner, takes a bump in there, then lost his footing. Krutov again everywhere on the ice for the Soviets. They're playing 4 against 3, exclusive of goaltenders now in this penalty situation. Roberts, the first off for Minnesota. Kazatanov inside the blue line, gets it back on the point. Larionov stationed there with him. Larionov quickly back to Kazatanov. Larionov booms one, Beaupre save, and Eaves comes up with it. .28 seconds left in Roberts' penalty. They'll be even when he gets back out there. Timonev inside the line, drops it there. Larionov comes over to scoop it up on the boards. Quickly over to Kazatanov, into the corner for Krutov. Takes a check from Maxwell. Soviets carry on. Kazatanov fakes it, gets it back again. Taking all the time in the world. Larionov set up, drops it. Slap shot, rebound. Krutov couldn't get his stick on it. A booming shot from the point came right out in front again. Roberts out of the penalty box. Hartsburg with it now at the Minnesota blue line. The crowd cheering as the referee Bob Myers fell. Hartsburg brings it in. Can't split the defense. Goes off to the Soviet corner for Varnikov. Takes an elbow from Roberts in there. Larionov to center, skating slowly now back to his own zone as they change. He'll leave the ice. He hands the puck off to Vozakov. Now Sfortsov having difficulty against Giles. Forced down to the Soviet zone. 12 minutes, 45 seconds to play. Soviets ahead 5-2. Babinov for Sfortsov. Babinov in the corner. Big check on Babinov as he was sent flying by Giles. Now here's Ferguson to Young. Young getting away from Vozakov. Shoots from the angle, picked up by Tretiak. Roberts lets one go from the point. That shot all the way back to center ice for the Soviet Union. Young passed it back. Only a Soviet player was there. and Varnikov passes it over the line. Sportsov against 3 defenders, gives it up to Roberts. Eaves on the left side. Eaves, a fine move, right in, he shoots. Oh, and Tretiak sprawled, made the save. Eaves couldn't lift the puck high enough.
Eaves had a sensational game so far tonight.
Indeed. Play is whistled down in the center ice area. Soviets got caught with too many men on the ice, and Kapustin's been nominated by Tikhonov to serve.
Well, the North Stars need a goal to get right back in this game, and right now is a good opportunity. 4-on-3 gives you a little more ice to work with.
Vasily Pervukin just lobs it down the ice surface. McCarthy will pick it up in behind Beaupre. McCarthy getting some room now to wheel at center ice with Cicerelli. McCarthy taken down with a check by Bilyaletdinov. Back to McCarthy. Waiting, lets it go. A high shot and a glove save by Tretiak.
Well, McCarthy was waiting for Cicerelli to get to the net. Tretiak seen Cicerelli coming, moved out in front of Cicerelli. Cicerelli had to go behind him, and he was able to glove that save. You see Tommy, he'll fake a shot right here. He's going to pump right there. You see him look. Now he waits. Dino moves towards the net. Dino's going to move in behind, as you see him come through your screen, behind Tretiak. It's a good thing that the goal wasn't scored while he's in the crease, or they wouldn't have counted it.
They've had one bad break already on a whistle that cost them a goal earlier. Shot out by Viktor Zlutkov. Tom McCarthy. Right wing pass for Neil Broughton. Broughton skating inside the blue line. Drop back for Roberts on the point. Bless one just wide. Zlutkov having trouble clearing. Stars pick it up again. McCarthy on the point. Blocked by the Soviet player, Pervukin. Player of each team comes out as they score. The Stars make it 5-3.
Well, a good shot. The North Stars having a couple of opportunities. Gordy Roberts made a big play fighting Zlutkov off the puck. Just before we see Tom McCarthy right here getting set for a shot. That first shot was blocked. It came back, passed across to McCarthy. He gets a second shot and puts it away. A real good low drive by McCarthy, beating Tretiak on the goal stick side, and that's the side you want to beat him on. The North Stars were able to keep it in the zone.
So Minnesota alive with 10:37 to play, down 5-3. Cicerelli, an assist on the goal by McCarthy. Here's Payne now, Stars right back in, a redirected shot by Bobby Smith, and Tretiak had to be quick on that.
A fine play by Steve Payne, noticing Bobby Smith breaking for the net at the back. Could have got this team going wild, and gets his crowd, a very exuberant crowd here, a loud crowd.
20 remaining now. Stars with new life. Giles forcing it down, across it comes out in front from Smith. They couldn't connect on it. And the Soviets break out 2-on-1. Larionov with Krutov, over to Krutov, and a good saving deflection off the stick of the defenseman Giles. Giles bumped down by Larionov. Krutov carries on, pops it out in front. Less than 10 minutes left now. Bellows brings it in. Fedosov skated him off. Held in by the North Stars. Shot down by Payne behind the goal. Fedosov. Brink. Here is Eaves. Dropping it back. The shot was blocked by the defense player from Platt. Platt getting physical out there on offense for the North Stars now as the Soviets have it back at center ice. Shepelev with Timonev inside the line, and Roberts scoops it away. Up to Eaves. Eaves back finally on the point for Platt. Shoots! Tretiak got a piece of it, bounced out in front. Krutov coming up with it. Held into the Stars. Here's the shot way up into the crowd by Dan Mandich. Great.
Soviet Nationals against Philadelphia 2 days from now.
Thursday night, and a quick shot glove by Tretiak, who's bumped, and the Soviet players come in to protect their goaltender as sticks go high.
Well, the Soviets try to move Priest out from in front of the net. He was trying to, or Douglas, and he was trying to really screen Tretiak. We'll have a little replay in that shot from the blue line. You'll see the shot and Douglas moving to the front, Tretiak gloving it, and then the hassle started as Douglas moved in.
The NHL Soviet Series here at the Met Center, urging the North Stars on to their comeback, which they have launched here. They're within 2 goals now, down 5-3, 7:38 remaining in the game. Young against Kozhevenikov. The Soviet player wins it ahead to Vasiliev. Shoots wide of Beaupre. Here come the North Stars. Mandic. Young loops it in front of the goal, and number 14, Douglas, couldn't get there in time. It's chopped up in among the spectators. A stoppage in play with 7:15 remaining.
Well, you see it happen
for the Soviet Union.
Well, Tom McCarthy having a fine night out there. He's out there with Neil Broughton and Dino Ciccarelli, and this is one of the lines that really has got a great deal of explosiveness in the league.
Ciccarelli is the top scorer on the Minnesota North Stars. Has a goal tonight, the game's first. Shoots it down to the Soviet zone again, gloved quickly in return by the Soviet defense player Kazatanov. 7 minutes to go in the game. Broughton, smart hockey player. Could not advance it beyond the blue line. Kapustin being checked by Maxwell. They pump it out in front. Dino Ciccarelli coming away with it. Soviets doing some close checking now, trying to head them off in the center ice area, are successful. Shepelev with Kapustin and Shalimov. Drop pass to Shalimov. Kazatanov. His shot is blocked by the Minnesota defenseman Maxwell. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining now. Sonmore makes a lineup change, sending the Smith line out. Smith watching Fedosov. Pass away to Krutov. Soviet top line on the ice. Shot up in among the spectators. We have 6 minutes and 4 seconds to play. The NHL Soviet Series 83 will...
Now, when you're behind, if you got some pressure going, you don't like to see too many whistles. You want to make sure you're on them quickly and tiring them out, getting yourself the opportunity.
Kapustin chasing Hartsburg in behind the goal. Hartsburg had to give the puck up under pressure. Vidyaletdinov lets a shot go, and it drifts wide of Beaupre's net. Kept in by Pervukin. Now Priest with 4 minutes and 9 seconds to play. Leaving it there for Hartsburg. Shalimov watching him as Hartsburg starts up the center. Weak shot. Did not cross the blue line by very much. The Soviets have a 2-on-1. Kapustin relays it back, and the shot by Shalimov just went wide. For Minnesota, Priest. He has one of the 2 goals tonight. 3 now the North Stars have. Shalimov takes it at center ice. McCarthy got a piece of him. Maxwell left it there. They couldn't bring it in because of the offside. Now they shoot it in. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Soviets on top 5-3. Vidyaletdinov trying to find Krutov. He has 2 Soviet goals so far. Stars shooting it in. Tretiak indicates icing. Waved off by the officials. Here comes Krutov. They are 3-on-2 now. Left wing pass for Kazatanov. Digs it out for Krutov. Couldn't get a shot off. For Ciccarelli, too far at center ice. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Sustained action, but no real pressure in the Soviet zone on the part of the North Stars right now. Larionov has a chance and he scores. That should put out the lights. Larionov with 2:31 remaining makes it 6-3 for the Soviet Union.
Larionov capitalizing on a mistake right there by G.Робертс, trying to get the puck up the middle, something you don't want to do against these fellas. Steps in, gets a good wrist shot, beating Beaupré on the far side, the goal stick side, making it 6-3. And as you said, it's going to be pretty tough to come back with 3 goals from these fellas at 2:31. Larionov, a fine shot just inside the pipe, putting the Soviets up by 3.
So after 17 minutes and 29 seconds, they score their first goal on Beaupré. М.Матссон, who played exceedingly well in the first 2 periods, gave up 5 goals. Nonetheless, it is 6-3 now for the Soviets, who just keep the pressure coming. Mandic left it there. Worked out by Hartsburg. Pass intercepted. Kozhevenikov has Vasiliev and couldn't get the puck to him. Hartsburg rolls it inside the line. Still there. A chance for Payne. That was deflected wide. Less than 2 minutes to play now. Babinov coming away inside the line for Bykov. They just got a piece of him at the last moment there. The check by Bellows. Otherwise, he would have blasted one. Bellows off his stick inside the Soviet zone, but Babinov is there first. Smith for Payne. Nobody on the point. It rolls back to center ice. Less than a minute and a half to play. Bykov streaks down the right side. Dropping it back. The quick shot blocked by Beaupré. Steve Payne gets away from Kozhevenikov. Tries to feed Platt. Delayed offside is called as the Soviets. Kapustin has it. We come down to the final minute of play here in the 3rd period. 6-3, the Soviets lead Minnesota. Shalimov. Kapustin. One chance for the North Stars to put some pressure on now. The closing second to make it close. Platt bumping hard to the corner against Pervukin. So the Soviet Union is going to take a 3-2 series lead of the Spectrum in Philadelphia for Game 6 on Thursday night. Two on one, 20 seconds to go. Kapustin had it hop over his stick. Right in front again. Vidyaletdinov could not get a drive away. 10 seconds to play. Hartsburg in behind. He'll shoot it back down the ice. Right on Tretiak as the Soviet Union has defeated the Minnesota North Stars 6-3. The big damage done by the Soviets after the Stars had scored the first goal, as Calgary and Edmonton had done before them. This time, though, the Soviets came back to win it.
Well, the Soviets with a great deal of scoring power. When you make a mistake on them in the slot, a little sloppily during the 2nd period, the last 4 minutes, 2 times moved right in, scored goals, and in the 3rd period, after Minnesota moved to within 2, Larionov pulls a goal by just stepping in the slot, getting a shot.
Goals. Now the presentation of the Labatt's Player of the Game Award.
Company most valuable player on the Soviet All-Star team, number 9, Vladimir Krutov. The most valuable player on the Minnesota North Stars team is number 11, Tom McCarthy. Thank you, Mr. Hudson and Labatt, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being such a great audience.
Awards from John Hudson, Director of National Promotions for Labatt.